Hello folks, it's Anahita Rao, and I wanted to speak about something a bit lighter today, more fun. I think we've been too serious recently because there's just so much going on, and we're all hearing all the sort of the negative news and the doom and gloom. So I thought, let me do a series of something a bit more fun, a bit more light, and I'm going to do this over the next few days, and I'll sort of post it one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each nakshatra, all 27 of them, and I'm going to talk about compatibility for each of them. Yeah. We all know relationship compatibility is a very popular topic, and it's much more complex than just looking at the moon placement. But the moon placement, and more importantly the nakshatra placement of the moon, is the key to understanding compatibility. So first I'm going to just talk a little bit about what is a nakshatra for those who are new to Vedic astrology. The heart of Vedic astrology is in fact nakshatras. Originally Jyotish was focused on nakshatras only, which is the movement of the moon through the constellations, rather than the sign, which is the movement of the sun. Nakshatra is basically a fixed star constellation in the sky where the planets are transiting. I would describe it. I would describe nakshatras as the passive but potent force which need the planets to activate them. Yeah. So it's vital to note the nakshatra placement, as this will reveal the inner motivation and the attributes of the planets that reside there or transit there. In fact, the calculations and predictions in Vedic astrology are made from the vantage point of the moon transiting a specific nakshatra at the time of your birth. The controlling planet of the nakshatra must be seen for its impact, as well as the deity that rules the nakshatra, to assess the entire situation and to see what's going on. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. We're going to look at nakshatra compatibility and see your best match from your moon sign. If you don't know where your moon was situated when you were born, then you can go to the chart calculator on my website, which is there for free, and you plug in your details. It should pop up with your moon's nakshatra. Remember, this is the sidereal system, so it may place your moon in a different sign altogether from the tropical or the western placement. And for those who are watching all of the nakshatra videos, please note that this little intro will be repeated in all of the videos. Yeah, one more final thing I wanted to say about compatibility is that when it comes to looking for a match, this is just sort of a common sense thing, I guess, but it's very important. Please see goodness where it lies, rather than hoping for goodness where it does not exist. Yeah. We're all guilty of being with people that are not good to us or for us, in the hopes that they will be someday. So just don't get caught up in that illusion. Yeah. Astrology can, remember, astrology can only guide us, but we make the final call. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with the nakshatra compatibility videos. Yeah. Right, let's talk about PURVA BHADRAPADA. All right, so for you, your ideal life partner is Uttra BHADRAPADA, and your most challenging partner is Hasta. Purva Bhadrapada and Ashwini. Both of you can be selfish and independent. And no one is at home to make it cozy and comfortable, because you're both out and about. It's better to introduce them to your dominant side early on in the relationship, or they will think that you're a dreamer and pliable to their every wish. They can be unpleasantly surprised when they meet the roaring lion. Purva Bhadrapada and Bharani. The lion and the elephant. Who will be the king of the jungle? Bharani are your worst sexual partner, but they're compatible in other ways. Allow them to be strong while retaining your own power. Respect them and they will reciprocate. In other areas of life also establish a democracy, not a dictatorship. And it may work. Purva Bhadrapada and Kritika. Kritika are shy and quiet, being unable to express their need for love. You will naturally like Kritika. You can even advise them how to make the most of their life. But moving from advisor to lover is a difficult step. Your relationship can be good, but suffers from selfishness and the inability to talk openly about love. Purva Bhadrapada and Rohini. You click with a romantic Rohini. You love the way that they make you feel special and focus their entire emotional attention on you. Their possessiveness can make you feel claustrophobic though. You should warn them that if they impose too many conditions, you might leave the relationship. Purva Bhadrapada and Mrigashira. Mrigashira look up to you, ask for your advice, look upon you as a friend and as a mentor. They will also love you completely. If you need their support for any of your causes, they will give their unquestioning support, emotionally and intellectually. Purva Bhadrapada and Ardra. You find them intellectually stimulating and you enjoy their company. But Ardra can hide part of the truth. As long as you remain unaware, your Ardra lover can do no wrong. But once you get to know them, you find it hard to forgive and can become detached and cool towards them. You can treat them casually. So watch out for negativity here. Purva Bhadrapada and Punarvasu. Punarvasu are always on the move. In one place to appreciate, never in one place to appreciate what you have together. They share your temperament, but not much else. They usually are unable to take charge of your relationship, and you don't bother either. So in the long term, this relationship can die of neglect. Purva Bhadrapada and Pushya. They will love and care for you. They will work hard to make the relationship a happy one. Establish a happy home life for you to saunter in whenever you choose to. They will not ask too many questions either. When you want their support, they will be there for you. In this relationship, you're the taker and they're the giver. Purva Bhadrapada and Ashlesha. You find Ashlesha sexy, vibrant, and stimulating. You fall for them, and you feel you're finding a beautiful soul. But they remain inwardly detached, even if they pretend to be exploring the mystery of your attractions together. You feel extremely let down once you realize the pretense. So Ashlesha can hurt you. For Purva Bhadrapada and Magha. Magha is connected to the royal star Regulus. You can idolize them too much. You are sure to be disappointed as Magha, despite their grand presence, are the rat, the smallest animal of the nakshatras. They cannot stand against the might of the lion. Magha appear to be grand and powerful, but the real power ultimately will rest with you, and they're not going to be okay with that. Purva Bhadrapada and Purva Falguni. Purva Falguni are creative, interesting, and sophisticated. They enjoy life, but they're also committed to having a home and family, something that you also desire. They're happy to take charge of the domestic affairs and do so magnificently. You will invest a lot of energy in caring for them in return. Purva Bhadrapada and Uttara Falguni. You're drawn to the warmth of Uttara Falguni, but when you get to know them better, you find them to be stubborn and inflexible. They can become dissatisfied, being pessimistic about the prospects for your relationship. They can also try to be too controlling. When you show your power, the problems begin then. Purva Bhadrapada and Hasta. You fall for the image they present and you feel quite let down when you find the reality very different from your expectations. Hasta try very hard to please you, but once you decide that they're not up to your standard, you don't wait around. They will keep on investing in the relationship. So if you want it to work, give them another chance. Purva Bhadrapada and Chitra. Mars and Jupiter, the nakshatra rulers, are good friends. But is that enough? Chitra want excitement and fun all the time, whereas you may want quiet periods as well. They don't bother about the daily grind of domesticity. And you can also feel unloved and unappreciated by them. This is a good love affair, but not always for the long term. Purva Bhadrapada and Swati. You're not always sure of Swati, but they make lots of effort to woo you and make you happy. They're great at managing your relationship. They will stand up to you when you know you're being unfair. But they're supportive of your causes, giving you lots of ideas on how to fight them. Be appreciative of them. Purva Bhadrapada and Vishakha. Vishakha seduce you successfully. You find them potent and you find them exciting. Their restlessness makes you unsettled though. You step back a bit. Both of you appear to need your independence too much, and then love suffers as a result of this. Learn to spend quality time together and use your Jupiterian wisdom to resolve your differences. Purva Bhadrapada and Anuradha. Workaholic and practical Anuradha are surprisingly romantic at heart. You love these contradictions. When they make you the focus of their love, you know you have their full attention. You love them back as well. They're supportive and they're also understanding. Purva Bhadrapada and Jyestha. This is your worst relationship. Tread carefully. You are too charmed by the illusion of Jyestha. They appear to love you, become very serious, and then they suddenly dump you. You can feel hurt, enraged, and destructive when you meet the real Jyestha. Purva Bhadrapada and Mula. Purva Bhadrapada's ruler Jupiter is the guru, while Mula's ruler Ketu has collective wisdom from past lives. They can reject whatever you have to offer them. You usually withdraw, unsure how to deal with them. Learn to be a little bit more tolerant of your differences, and it can work. Purva Bhadrapada and Purvashada. You can be detached with others, but with them you make a special effort. They represent so much of what you want in a partner that you tolerate their careless attitudes. You support them through the difficult times as well, and then they start to love you back. This can work. Purva Bhadrapada and Uttarashada. You can see how troubled they are by their inability to love properly. While you don't always try very hard with the relationships, you make a special effort to love them and make them feel secure. They love you, are loyal to you, and will support you. This is a very good relationship. Okay, Purva Bhadrapada and Shravan. A relationship between the emotional and the idealistic. You want to fulfill their dreams so that they can love you properly. You recognize their emotional struggles and endeavor to support them. But your philosophies on love may also coincide. And you don't even mind their possessiveness. So this is a good one. Purva Bhadrapada and Dhanishta. Dhanishta are your ideal sexual partner. They believe in equality. And if you try to impose your superiority, they will not tolerate it. This is the war of the sexes, but usually Dhanishta can control your relationship. They let you think you're in charge though. Purva Bhadrapada and Shatabhishak. You can never trust them fully. Even when you try to be positive, your instinct advises caution. You remain detached, exploring a relationship without making a commitment. You may enjoy an affair, but a long-term relationship only works if they pay more attention and open up emotionally. Purva Bhadrapada and another Purva Bhadrapada. You're very similar. Both dreamers, both idealistic. If both of you want to be king, who is going to be doing the mundane work? Also be careful with your finances, because you're both unwise investors and extravagant spenders. Purva Bhadrapada and Uttara Bhadrapada. You're idealistic and they're practical. They keep the relationship strong and thriving. They will love you sensibly. As with other Saturn-ruled nakshatras, the scales are weighed slightly in your favor. They don't complain about it though, so why should you? this is a very blessed relationship. Be happy. This one is a really good one. PURVA BHADRAPADA and Revathi. They're probably your worst sexual partner, but overall the compatibility is good. You can establish a satisfactory relationship with them, but they're in charge. And you bow to their demands with relationship matters.